thank you so much for tuning in. This is a recap for all of April. Oh, by the way, shout outs to all the friends and family members who had birthdays in April. Like, I wish y'all a blessed life. Okay, so now we get into it. All right. So, numero uno. Okay, like the Grammys took place. Y'all know this, but I just gotta mention it, right? So, Spice fans are upset because this all white a reggae group, okay, literally called Sojo, they won the Grammy for Best Reggae Artist. And Spice fans are like, oh, really? What? But Spice took it like a champ and she was kind of like, no, y'all, don't worry about it. We'll get them next time, X, Y, and Z. Next, we have Khloe Kardashian. Now, Khloe Kardashian, as well as some of the other Kardashians, they did an interview.
With Tristan, I did feel incredibly safe when he cheated on me right before I gave birth, and I was able to still have him in the delivery room. And so, yes, it might have looked strange to the outside world, but when my daughter watches my home videos of it, those videos are going to be as pure and perfect as I was able to make them. I still think he's a great guy and he's a great dad. He's just not the guy for me.
And in my mind, I'm like, but the truth is out there. It's not like a private citizen that's doing this, that kind of is like, staying anonymous in this interview. This is public knowledge for the world. We all know how Tristan dogged you out, Khloe. So this right here, I understand where you were going with it, but girl, you failed. Okay. He was not thinking anything about that. He wasn't thinking anything about you. And I hope that, the co-parenting is going great and he's a great dad, which she does say he is. So kudos to him for that. So for Kim, she says she's a relationship type of girl. Essentially, she was like, she's very happy and she's very content. And if you're happy and you're content, like, I'm okay with it. I'm happy for you. Kanye looks like just a lot. There are a lot of stuff that I like about Kanye, but there's a lot of stuff that I just kind of feel like he would be one of the people I could just not be in a relationship with, just personality wise, because he just like tag team too much. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, moving on. So Naturi Naughton from Power, she got married and I am so excited for her because I love weddings, honey. I love love. I love babies. I love pregnancies. I love all them stuff. But anyway, she got married and her co-star Omari Hardwick, he was there, and her husband is Xavier Lewis. Xavier the second Lewis, honey, okay? And it was just so fun to see them in the pictures and stuff like that, because in one picture, and I'll post it here, like Omari is kissing her on like this cheek or whatever, and her husband Xavier is kissing her on the other cheek. And it was like so cute to see, because like that's her boo in Power, like Omari Hardwick. So that was really cute to see. I love it. They took some really beautiful photos, like amazing. Anyways, so moving on. Marilyn Negra, she actually delivered. She had, I believe it's a twin rainbow babies. So if y'all don't know, a rainbow baby is a baby that has been conceived and successfully delivered after the individual, the mom, has had a miscarriage or a stillbirth prior. So they call them rainbows because, rainbows usually come after like, a thunderstorm or you get what I'm saying. Anyways, y'all. So like, congratulations again to Marilyn Negra. So now we moving on to Candy from Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Candy has had a lot going on business-wise. She's doing really well in everything, honey. She just got a deal to do a spinoff of Old Lady Gang. That's the restaurant that, Todd decided like, yo, this is going to be a great venture. She co-signed. Her mom and her aunts, they're the cooks, like, behind the scenery or whatever the case is. Anyways, but she in the news for another reason. She in the news because of Riley, which is her eldest child's father. And essentially he came out and he was like, oh, Riley hasn't had a really great relationship with me because he feels like Riley has been jealous of the relationship he's had with all the other kids. He stated that Candy and him, they weren't in a relationship. Candy never had a chance of being his main woman. It was just kind of like, it is what it is. We hanging out, we chilling, we're doing the do. And that's as far as it went. So when Candy became pregnant with Riley, like she expected more from him and he wasn't giving it to her. So that kind of made the relationship sour. But then he also went to say, and he was speaking to, I think it was DJ Academics, this interview was with, and he said, or somebody else, I don't remember, but he was saying in an interview, right? Like, oh, Candy was asking for child support, and like, why you asking me for child support when you got more money? And the guy that was interviewing, he was like, you sound crazy right now. That's your child. You're supposed to take care of your child. And I was like, so happy a brother called out another brother, okay, like, and did it publicly for other men to know. That's not cool. That's not okay. So, anyways, I'm really happy about that. And moving forward, right? So then he says, oh no, I take care of mine, yada yada yada, whatever. Oh my gosh. No, Erica Jane. Poor Erica Jane. Erica Jane is from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, okay? And her husband, like Tom Girardi, I believe he's called, he literally like is a lawyer who misused the settlement money that was awarded to some, airplane victims and whatnot, and he used them inappropriately for his own personal usage. And so like basically they came after him. There was a big lawsuit. I'm pretty sure things still happening behind the scenes of that. But people are saying like Erica knew. Erica knew and she needs to pay. They need to basically audit her finances, which they are or have done. Like now she is being sued independently as well. And I mean, I said this before and I'll say it again. It's like when they met, he was like 20 years her senior, I believe. She's a young girl. Like most men in a situation like that who find someone who really doesn't have much of their own, who is not thinking along the lines of, I want to be involved in every sector of this man's life. Like usually men look for women like that they feel like are going to be like easy companions. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to ask hard questions. They're not going to give them a tough time on anything because they think that they can afford them a life of, luxury and all of that. So why would they want for anything else? Like, so I don't feel like those type of men divulge what they're doing business wise, even after being in a relationship with this person for a very long time. Like, I just personally don't think they do. I could be wrong, but I don't think they do. Okay? I honestly don't. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with that. They're now looking into her for racketeering. Erica, girl, I don't know what to tell you. If I was your personal friend, basically Tracy, they had a memorial service for Tracy Braxton, sister of Tony Braxton, and literally her husband wasn't invited. Now listen, the lowdown was that when Tracy's funeral came about, the sisters did not go because they didn't have an invite by Tracy's husband. Right? And it was said that Tracy didn't want to have a viewing or anything like that. She just wanted to be cremated, and he went against her wishes. So they weren't here for it and whatnot. The father went, even though he wasn't invited. He was able to come into the church and whatnot. And I'm just like, at the end of the day, I understand that you feel some type of way that, your sister's wishes are not respected, and you didn't get an invitation allegedly. However, which the husband has come out and said, no, that's not true. But anyways, even if that's the case, like you still show up. Let them turn you away at the door. But you still show up because this is a send off for your sister. It's a send off for your daughter. So I totally feel like they should have went regardless, paid their respect, said their goodbye, and keep it moving. But they did not do that, okay? No, instead they had a memorial service for her, which was like a birthday bash or whatnot. And they had lots of people come through, and it was like a whole, thingy-majiggy where they dressed up, like they were going to an actual party. And so a lot of people were feeling some type of way about that. Like, wait, like, this is a memorial service. Like, why is Tamar dressed in short shorts, like a jumper short situation here? Like, what is going on? Like, it's not a fashion show, it's a memorial service. But again, it was kind of like, all right, let's do it, for her sister. This is what she would want, whatever. I don't have nothing to say about Kanye drops out of Coachella, okay? And they were gonna pay him $8.5 million. And he dropped out 2 weeks before. Now, Kanye, this was a bad business move, and I'll tell you why. Because you look unstable. Promoters are gonna be scared to book you because they don't know if you're gonna show up, they don't know if you're gonna leave them high and dry, they don't know none of that. So, anyways, they had to get 2 more people to fill in. Now, mind you, Coachella is something that artists like prepare for months in advance. And it's reported that Kanye wasn't coming to rehearsals. So Kanye didn't take it seriously at all. Kanye was like, you do what you want to do, boo boo, but I'm over and I'm out. Cardi B, okay, has forced internet sensation, okay, Tasha K, to remove all them videos that she made like a bazooka amount of money from. I don't remember how many it was, but I'm pretty sure, because I was supporting Homegirl for a long time, okay? I'm not even gonna front. I was supporting Tasha K for a very long time because I just thought that during her early times, like, she was just there are certain things I just liked about her, pros and cons across the board, like with anybody. But like there's certain things that, you know, I really loved, and there's certain things I just didn't. But that's besides the point. The point is that Tasha K reported a lot on Cardi B. Okay, she made good money off of her. So Cardi was like, nah, boo, you gotta delete them. Tasha was in agreement. Tasha didn't put up a fight. There was no opposition to that. But Tasha is also in the process of overturning the ruling. So she's in the midst of appeals and whatnot. And I'll keep you posted if anything comes about. Anyways, so let me tell you, right? Prince William and Kate are planning on merging healthier relationships across the Caribbean, hun. Okay? Across the Caribbean. So, you know, they had this little stint or whatever where they were visiting some Caribbean countries, and they were living up a good time, eating people and food, and, you know, dancing away and snorkeling and yada yada. They went on vacation. And they tried to make it seem like it was like this whole building situation. Now, a lot of countries was like, hell to the no. I'm going to speak of Jamaica. I made this announcement before. I'm just going to go through it real quick. So Jamaica was like, listen, we need an apology for slavery and we need reparations. No, they apologized for you know, slavery and said that it was wrong, it was apparent, whatever. They didn't touch reparations. Now, I think, honest to goodness, that they went back, they left, and it was like, oh, we're forging solid, good relations. We'll support anybody who decides that they don't want, you know, they don't want the British crown at the head of their country anymore, whatever. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, like I can understand that and whatnot. But I feel like they only did that, guys, just for the mere purpose of trying to get people to kind of just ease on back. Like, don't come for us, don't come for us, don't come for us. We knew blood, okay? We knew blood. We knew blood in this situation. We are not old blood. What happened back then had nothing to do with us. Give us a shot, give us a chance. No. Some people would be like, oh, yes, you know, I really like that, you know, that whole way. And I do think they have a new wave and things may improve or whatever. Fact of the matter is they work for the crown. And the crown needs them to do their job, which is to pacify these individuals who have been victims of slavery for the longest time. Okay? We reached social. Okay? Wow. Nearly popped out a curl. Black Lives Matter founders, they in the hot water because, like, you know, the little cookie trail led back to them purchasing this whole $6 million home, honey, that they were sipping champagne in. Sipping champagne. Oh my gosh, it would be beautiful to have a bottle of champagne or a pina colada. I love pina coladas, y'all. Like, I kid you not. Like, I love pina coladas. Once upon a time, I really loved Baileys, but that kind of changed. So I'm really into the pina colada situationship. You know what I'm saying? So y'all give me a virtual pina colada in the comments. Thank you. Will Smith, okay? The Academy says that it is going to be expediting its deliberation. Now, y'all know what happened, okay? Like, I did so many videos about it. I don't need to get back into that. But it's just a situation where it's like, I just have to mention it because we're still in April. Looking back, like, you know what I'm saying? I want for you guys to know, like, this is when certain things took place. But I made a decision and he's, like, suspended for, you know, I believe it was 10 years. Yes, so it would be 2032 before he could attend that word summer. He can't even attend virtually, honey. Not even virtual.